Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to talk about how much fats someone should have in the raw food diet. Now, talking about raw fats and raw food diet. Not talking about cooked fats. I don't believe in cooked fats. Cooked fats are very bad for you, so stay away from eating cooked oils and cooked animal fats and all that, because that is actually very clogging on the system. It's rancid, it's carcinogenic, it's not good, okay? So if you're gonna eat cooked foods, put the fats on afterwards and don't cook it, okay? And that means like drizzling the oil on after you cook it, not before. Now, with raw fats are very good for you, and they're very important, and they should not be cut out of someone's diet. Doesn't mean someone should be going overboard with it, but they do need to have a little bit of raw fats here and there to keep their body working. Everyone's different though. Some people do really well eating a certain amount of fats. It keeps them fueled, whereas other people, their livers might be compromised and they need to decrease the amount of fats they're eating. But no one should be cutting fats out of their diet completely, okay? But on the other end of the spectrum, people should not be eating everything with nuts and seeds and avocado and having their diet predominantly fats, okay? One extreme or the other is going to cause problems in the long term, okay? So main thing is, when I'm talking about raw fats, I'm talking about avocado, I'm talking about coconut meat, durian, seeds, nuts, and even oils. But oils, I really... I want to suggest to be a little bit cautious with the oils and just be a little bit mindful with the oils, okay? If you're going to get olive oil, you make sure it's cold pressed or stone pressed olive oil. It's extra virgin and it's organic. Use it once in a while, sparingly if you need to. Me, I don't use it very much. Once in a while, maybe in a bit of a blended soup, okay? Same goes with coconut oil. Make sure it is cold pressed and it's extra virgin and it comes from an organic source. Main thing with these oils is that, you're not the one pressing it. You don't know how long it's been sitting, okay, and where it's been sitting and how it's really been made. And my suggestion is that, go to the source. If you want olive oil, eat olives instead. If you want to have coconut oil, instead of putting the coconut oil in the smoothie, put fresh coconut meat into the smoothie. Use the things from the source. For salads, like myself, I rarely ever use olive oil in a salad, but I use avocado instead, and for me that's perfect. So with the oils, just, be mindful with it, because it is concentrated and it's not fresh, and you just don't know. And the one thing I do want to stress is with hemp seed oil and flaxseed oil, because these oils are so delicate. And if you're purchasing these oils, make sure that it's always in a dark jar, okay, and that it's in glass. All oil should be bought in glass, because oils are solvents, okay? You don't want it in plastic. Definitely want it in glass, dark glass if possible, and especially with the hemp seed and the flaxseed oil, definitely in dark glass. And they should be refrigerated. When you buy them at the store, they should not be on the shelf. They should be in the refrigerator, and when you get home, you put it straight in the refrigerator. The moment you open up hemp seed or flaxseed oil, you open the jar, you have to use the oil within 6 weeks. After that, it is rancid. Okay? Flaxseed and hemp seed oil, it's very, very delicate, and they go bad quickly. Toss it after 6 weeks and label the jar, okay? Because you don't want to be eating bad oils, okay? Very bad for you. Okay, so that's my little shtick with the oils. Keep them to the minimum, and instead eat flax seeds, eat chia seeds, have the actual seeds. You don't need the oils so much. Now, with, let's say with nuts, people should not be eating cups of nuts a day, okay? But when they do eat nuts, you should be having have a few nuts. Have if you're having almonds, have 10 almonds max a day, okay? But have almonds, soak them and eat them. Brazil nuts, you have a few Brazil nuts, but really keep them to the minimum, but don't take them out of your diet. And you shouldn't be having cups of them a day. And if you find yourself, like myself, if I have nuts in front of me, I sometimes I don't stop. So you take the portion out that you're gonna eat, put the rest away, and then you sit down and you have it. Okay, and if you can, soak them before eating them because they'll be much easier to digest. Now, seeds, you might want to have, like, make seeds into a seed dip. Mix it with the greens, things like that, because then it's more easily digestible as well. Great to have, mix your fats with the greens, because that's what helps you digest it, break it down, and also absorb more nutrition from it and eliminate it quicker rather than it just sitting like, a rock in your stomach. And also when you eat nuts and seeds with the grains, you get fuller quicker. So you eat less fats and you dilute it down with the greens. Okay, so the main thing is that to watch out for, because one thing I do want actually first to stress is that we do need fats, okay? We need, especially things like essential fatty acids, which are like the omega-3s and the omega-6s. Our body doesn't make them. So we need to get it from the nuts and seeds, and from even avocado, all of that, coconut, everything. Your body doesn't produce these things and they need it to function. Your neurological system, your brain needs to function, and you need that buffer, okay? And if your body can't make it, it needs to get it from an outside source. And so that's why it's important not to cut out the fats. And the one thing is that if you want to know if you're lacking in fats, there's signs and symptoms that will definitely come out. And these are like in your skin, your hair, and your nails. If your skin is dry and flaky and cracking, if your nails are brittle, if your hair is dry, if you're just dull and dry and brittle kind of looking and feeling and not having moisture and not having like lustrous hair or lustrous skin, you're definitely probably lacking in some fats, okay? And if your joints hurt, if you're achy, that's another symptom of lacking in fats. And also if your mood is up and down and you're on edge and you get angry very easily or temperamental or confrontational, if you notice that you do things out of character and that you're just constantly on edge and kind of nervy, like your nerves are shot, that's also another sign and symptom of lacking in fats, okay? Now, the other side of the spectrum, because sometimes when people get on raw foods, they get into all the raw desserts and the nut pâtés and everything, and what they end up doing is they eat way too many nuts and seeds and avocados, that it's like the opposite extreme, okay, where every meal they're eating an abundance of fat, and that's not good for you either, okay? And signs of too much fat comes out in the skin. You might have cysts and boils, acne, which is usually a sign that there's some, your liver is not breaking things down and you're not digesting things properly, because fats are not the easiest things to digest, especially when nuts and seeds, okay? Coconut meat, especially from young coconut, is a little bit easier to digest, and avocado compared to eating nuts and seeds. And that's why it's important to especially soak your nuts, okay? Because that will really help to digest things and mix it up with greens. So if you're having too much fat, you're going to have eruptions in your skin. You're going to be lethargic. You're going to just not have the energy. You're not going to feel light. You're going to feel kind of heavy, bogged down, constipated, or just not digesting and assimilating things properly. So if you start seeing that, or even carrying a little extra weight as well, if you start seeing that, then that might mean that you're eating too much nuts or seeds, or just too much fats. Okay, so you have to watch it. But the main thing is you don't want to be eliminating things. You want variety. We need variety to function, okay? And it's just being conscious of that and not taking things too much out or having too much of things. Okay, so that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. We need fats. Fats are not necessarily a bad thing. You just don't want to go overboard with it, and you don't want too little of it. I just want to remind everyone that January 2010 10-day juice fast is starting January 2nd. So do sign up. Go to my website, www.rawradianthealth.com, and we're going to be doing a fabulous detox. All right, have a fabulous day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.